I said, no, it's not your weekend.
And she came anyway.
A child custody tug-of-war.
I went to go pull my son back from her. She falls to the ground.
You created a situation.
Now mom deals with the fallout.
Your son has decided to live with his father, and he's angry with you.
I don't agree, Your Honor, that my son is upset with me.
Really? Your son watched his father get arrested.
This is Judge Judy.
Miss Scott, how are you related to Mr. Smith?
I'm his current wife.
How long have you been married?
2 years.
Do you have children together?
No.
You have children?
Yes.
How old are they?
24, 18, 13.
And your husband has 2 children. How old are they?
21 and 16.
And the 16-year-old is a boy.
Yes.
And you currently have custody of him.
Yes, I do.
Prior to that, was he living with his mother?
Yes, he was.
For how long?
3 years.
And how long had you and your former wife been divorced?
Since 2016.
So it would be fair to say that after the divorce, he lived with his mother. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So now he's living with his father. The lawsuits that Ms. Smith and Mr. Scott have allege that you filed restraining orders against him, not against you, but you paid his bail.
Yes.
Which was how much?
$1641.70.
And that payment of bail was for, what you're suing for is for a false arrest and a false restraining order.
Yes.
It caused you to be held by the police for a better part of a day until you were bailed out.
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
So I would like to see the police report from you, Miss McLaren. Now, in the 3 years that your son was living with you, you alternated weekends with his father. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor, that's correct.
And this incident that sparked this event was on a weekend.
Yes, Your Honor.
And was that weekend his weekend or your weekend?
That was his weekend, Your Honor.
And this incident took place at his house.
Your Honor, that's correct, yes.
So I want you to tell me what you were doing there at his house at a time when your son, who's 16, was with his father.
Okay.
Tell me what you were doing there.
Okay, so...
Let's start. Were you invited there by either your former husband or his wife?
No, Your Honor. So what had happened was the weekend prior was my son's homecoming weekend, which was a Saturday. So I was in communication with my ex-husband about, I don't want him to miss his homecoming. Let him go to his homecoming, and I'll catch up with him another time.
Just a minute. So he was living with his father.
Yes.
And he had a homecoming that he must have discussed with you and said to you, if he's a nice boy, he said, I'd really love to see you, but I really want to go to the homecoming. Is it okay if I go to the homecoming?
Yes, absolutely, Your Honor.
Is that what he said?
Yes.
So you spoke to his father and said he can stay and go to the homecoming.
Yes, Your Honor. So I wanted to come visit him the following weekend. We're going to go out to dinner.
Had you made arrangements with your son?
Yes, Your Honor. And I had communicated with my ex-husband as well.
Just a second. So you communicated with your ex-husband how?
Via text message.
I'd like to see it.
I don't have the text message.
Why not?
I don't have it because I didn't keep it in my phone.
On what date did this happen?
November of 2019.
I would have those text messages on my phone. I got text messages that go back to 2015, especially one where I had my ex-husband arrested.
And we also spoke by phone verbally as well.
Well, so far, I'm not believing the text message because you don't have it, unless you acknowledge that you got a text message. No
Your
text
Honor.
message.
Okay.
No text message. So now I sort of question phone. Let us assume that I believe you about having a phone conversation with him.
Yes.
I'm not saying I do, but let's assume it. And he said, okay, come up and have dinner with him. Is that what he said?
No, Your Honor.
So you called him and said, I'm taking, what's your son's name?
Micaiah.
Micaiah. I'm
Yes.
coming to take Micaiah to dinner tonight. And his father said...
His father stated, well, it's not your weekend. And I said, well, because...
So he said, it's not your weekend. That's
Yes.
it. He said, it's not your weekend.
Yes.
You responded, well, last weekend I let him go to homecoming, so I'm coming this weekend.
Yeah, to have dinner with him.
Just a second.
Yeah.
I'm coming this weekend. And did his father say okay?
He didn't say okay.
So what did you go for?
So I went up there
Why?
to spend dinner with my son.